Hello, my divine souls. Welcome to Spiritual Bloom, where we bloom within our consciousness, with your spiritual guide and twin flame coach Neha. In today's episode, we will be talking about what is reunion in a twin flame journey. Previously, we spoke about inner union. Today, we will be talking about what is reunion. I'm sure you've heard about this term. Now, have you ever been waiting for reunion with your twin flame? Or do you believe that reunion means the day both of you finally become a couple? What if I told you that reunion begins long before your twin flame returns? One of the biggest misconceptions in the twin flame community nowadays is that they think that reunion is simply about two people meeting again in the physical world. But let me tell you, the true reunion is much deeper than that. It is a sacred state of consciousness. It is the merging of two souls who have individually remembered who they truly are. So, now let's understand that what is reunion and how this energy of reunion needs to be stabilized before it becomes a physical relationship in 3D. Most people, they think that reunion starts when communication resumes. Okay, my counterpart is calling me, so it's reunion. My counterpart contacted me after 6 months, it's reunion. Or my counterpart initiated to come and meet me, so it's reunion. But spiritually, let me tell you, reunion begins much earlier. Because reunion is first an energetic alignment. It's all about energy. It has got nothing to do with the 3D physical realm. It begins when both souls stop resisting their spiritual evolution. Because during the initial stages, they resist a lot out of ego. They don't want to accept the journey. They don't want to accept this journey also because it is difficult and also because they have this runner-chaser dynamic. Now the universe doesn't bring the twin flame together simply because they miss each other. They reunite the twin flame when they can support each other's divine mission. And to support each other's divine mission, they have to first be whole within themselves and achieve a frequency that is extremely high. Now, reunion is not something that you chase. It is something that you become ready for. Because as your vibration changes, your external reality naturally begins reflecting that inner transformation. Now always remember that inner reunion always comes before outer reunion. Many twin flames, before coming into reunion, they experience years and months of separation. Some people, they become frustrated, some they lose hope, some they quit on their inner work completely, some they want to run away from this journey thinking that it's not going to work out, it's not for me. Some they start contemplating in their head whether this is really a twin flame or am I dreaming? Is this really my counterpart? Sometimes, they blame the society, the family, the journey, the counterpart, the divine. But let me tell you that separation is not designed to keep you apart forever. It is a part and parcel. It is a purpose for your transformation. Because without separation, many twin flames would continue seeking validation from one another instead of seeking the divine. So the main angle here, the main purpose is seeking the divine and building your relationship with the divine. Until and unless you do that, you'll keep on seeking validation from your counterpart. And that's why separation is required. Because the divine is not delaying reunion. The divine is preparing both the souls. Preparation period. Separation is preparation period. Now every challenge during separation removes another layer of fear, ego, attachment and trauma. So the more you heal, the closer you move towards your authentic reunion. Now, as we spoke about the inner union in my previous episode, One of the greatest milestones in this twin flame journey is inner union. Always remember that. If you really want to move ahead in this journey, please don't focus on physical reunion or union. Please first focus on achieving your inner union. Inner union means you no longer feel incomplete without your counterpart. You stop living from fear. You stop obsessing. You stop chasing signs, synchronicities over the internet, in your phone. Instead, you begin living your own divine purpose because you are so connected to the divine. Ironically, this is often when reunion begins unfolding. Now why? Why it begins unfolding? Because energetic attachment has dissolved, and when your energetic attachment is dissolved, the relationship transforms from need into unconditional love. You are no longer needy, and you respect that relationship, that dynamic out of unconditional love. So inner union is important, very important, because it allows both the twins to meet as whole individual instead of wounded, distorted children searching for someone to save them. That's why when the twin flames, they are distorted and wounded, they end up getting married, or they end up in a relationship with wrong people, especially with narcissists, because their wounded child is searching for someone to save them. They think that if I get married to this person is going to save me, or if I get into this relationship, this person is going to save me. My dear, no one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And this I'm saying not only for twin flames. If you are in any spiritual journey, nobody is coming to save you. You have to row your boat on your own with full strength. Even if you get tired, you may rest, but you have to keep on rowing your boat on your own. Nobody is going to do it for you. So when you start searching for someone to save you, you end up in a disastrous situations leading to marriage, relationships with a narcissist. That's why the universe protects you, guides you to have inner union, because when you have inner union, you develop that self-worth. And once you develop that self-worth and respect and dignity for yourself, you will never settle down with any person who has a low vibration. You will understand just by looking at their face, the way they talk, and their personality. You'll come to know that this person, something is wrong with them. You will be so, you will become an expert in scanning people just from far. Even if you have never met them, you'll scan them through their body language, by the way they talk, by the way they smile, how they sit, how they eat. You'll come to know. That's why the best protection in this journey is achieving inner union and your relationship with your Almighty. Now many people, they ask this stupid question because they are so obsessed and attached to the concept of reunion. I don't blame them. Even I was one of them. Even I was stupid once upon a time. They ask this question that I've healed so much, why hasn't my reunion happened? The answer is simple. It doesn't happen because you both are two souls, and one person's healing cannot complete the journey alone. So only just you are healing, the other person is distorted, you will never come into reunion. That will never happen, because that person also has to match your frequency and your vibration. So both the divine feminine and masculine have unique karmic lessons. One may be healing abandonment wounds, the other may be healing fear of intimacy. One may release childhood trauma, the other is releasing ego and control. And similarly, the divine orchestrates reunion only when both souls are ready to hold that frequency of unconditional love. One is distorted, one is healed. How will you come into reunion? So always trust in divine timing, because divine timing is not a punishment, it is a protection. And one of the most important weapon in this journey is claiming your inner union. Now many people, they start searching for external signs, which is quite hilarious, but it it happens, but you come to know when your reunion is near. Once you have ascended, you come to know that your reunion is near. You notice peace replacing anxiety, detachment replacing obsession, compassion replacing resentment, gratitude comes in your life. You no longer operate from a place of lack. And you may also experience synchronicities becoming stronger, but it will not matter to you. Your intuition starts getting stronger with time. You feel more guided when your reunion is near. You don't feel desperate, you feel guided. And often your life begins flourishing. Your career stabilizes, your finances they improve, your health strengthens, and your purpose becomes clearer. So these shifts indicate that your frequency is changing. And reunion always follows energetic alignment. Always remember, reunion is first shifted into energy, then it comes into the physical realm. Now, many twin flame believe that they reunite only for romantic happiness, but the divine has a much bigger vision and picture, because twin flames are often called to serve humanity. So the union creates healing that extends beyond themselves. Some become teachers, healers, some create business that uplift others, some inspire through art, music, writing, or leadership, and their relationship becomes a vessel for divine love in the world. That's why this journey is called divine love. I think you've heard the word divine love. Many celebrity twin flames, I'd not like to name them, they've even tattooed the word divine love. Yet they are so distorted that they keep on attracting karmic partners. Not distorted, maybe they never got that guidance, or they have not worked properly on themselves. Because when you don't work properly on yourself, that is the time you become needy, desperate, and you start accepting people who don't match your vibration, just because you need a girlfriend or a wife in your life, or a husband and a boyfriend in your life. So I've noticed some of the celebrities, they even have this tattoo. But let me tell you that divine love is a very big word. That divine love is a vessel of unconditional love. That unconditional love flows through you from the divine, because you've created that space in your heart chakra to connect to your divine, and that divine keeps on blessing you with that unconditional love. And that unconditional love, transmutes from you to those people through donations, through business, through money, people who are needy. That is unconditional love, because you're raising the earth's vibration by doing all this work. So don't underestimate the power of divine love. Divine love doesn't mean physical love or romance with your counterpart. Divine love has a very, very, very big and deep meaning. You'll understand that with time. You might feel like I might exaggerating that word, that term too much, but you will understand with time as you ascend. So romance is beautiful. I'm not saying that it is not beautiful, but romance is not the foundation in this journey. Purpose is the foundation in this journey. And without purpose, your reunion becomes unstable. But with purpose, your love becomes expansive and enduring, because your love flows from unconditional love. You're tapped into unconditional love. You are not tapped into neediness. That's why it flourishes. Now, the difficult truth, but it is an important one, is that not every twin flame results in a permanent physical partnership or reunion, because some souls complete their lessons through inner union alone. That inner union is enough. Others may reunite briefly, like just meeting after 6 months, 7 months, to activate spiritual growth before continuing their separate single path. But this does not mean that the journey has failed. You have your divine mission, which you have to carry forward single-handedly. So the true purpose of twin flame connection is spiritual evolution, not guaranteeing a specific relationship outcome. It was never about a relationship. Many spiritual traditions and teachers hold different views on this topic. Some believe all twin flames eventually unite physically, while others see the soul awakening as the ultimate fulfillment of the journey. So rather than focusing on one guaranteed outcome, it is wiser to remain open to Divine's highest plan. So, reunion is not a destination, remember that, it is just a frequency. It begins the moment your fear transforms into love, the moment attachment transforms into surrender, and the moment you stop searching for someone to complete you. And remember that Divine has already made you whole. So when two whole souls meet, they don't create dependence out of desperation, they create harmony. So the greatest reunion isn't simply with your twin flame. It is the reunion with your authentic self first. First come into that frequency so that you can manifest that reunion in your 3D. And once that happens, everything else will unfold in its divine timing. So if you like this episode, do like, share, subscribe and comment. For any kind of personal guidance, you can WhatsApp or email me. My contact details have been given in the description box and mentioned in the video. Thank you for supporting me so much. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you again in another episode.